7 weather with meteorologist Vivian Gonzalez.
And here's the latest on Eric. It's nearing landfall right now around the southern coast of Mexico. It is a major storm, Cat 4 system with 140-mile-per-hour winds, and it's moving to the northwest at about 9 miles per hour. But this one, once it interacts with a mountainous terrain here in Mexico, it is expected to fall apart relatively fast. But it is expected to produce a ton of rain around the western portion of the Mexican state of Oaxaca, the eastern portion of the Mexican state of Guerrero, and there are watches and warnings in effect. And this will definitely be a significant event in the next 48 hours. 12 to 16 inches of rain possible around these areas. Isolated amounts of up to 20 can't be ruled out. And as far as the rest of the tropics are concerned, we've talked about the eastern Pacific. We're moving on into the Atlantic. There are a couple westward moving tropical waves, but the Hurricane Center is suggesting that development is not expected in this region during the next 7 days. Closer to home, we're dealing with some shower activity in Miami-Dade County. There's a gusty downpour between the 826 and the Florida Turnpike around Doral, the airport. That batch of rain could produce some strong winds and the possibility of some small hail as it pushes west. There's one shower located near Kendall Lakes, activity around Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, and the Redlands, but the rest of the area into the Florida Keys is mostly dry. Right now we're in the low 80s, 83 in Key Largo, 81 in Big Pine Key to 83 in Cudjoe and Key West. Around Broward and Miami-Dade, temperatures are in the low 80s for the most part, 82 in Fort Lauderdale. Same for Hialeah. Rain cooled in Homestead and West Kendall at this time, with the breeze out of the east-southeast, and it'll be building in the teens. We have a wind gust right now in Miami of up to 21 miles per hour with the rain that's moving through the area. So here's what we can expect. Typical temperatures for this time of year in the upper 80s to low 90s. As far as rain is concerned, our best chances in the morning, but it'll seem drier in the afternoons. And this is going to be the trend into the upcoming weekend. No major changes to this pattern, at least until early next week. But speaking of early next week, a heat wave will certainly be on, with forecast highs up along the east coast of the U.S. in the triple digits. Your boating forecast here at home calls for no advisories, but there's the risk of rip currents at area beaches. So if you're not an experienced swimmer, please swim at a guarded beach. We don't have any advisories for the Florida Keys. Coastal waters here, light to a moderate chop. And the next tide cycle will be low tide at 9:06 in Fort Lauderdale, 9:15 in Miami. Look for highs anywhere between 89, 90 degrees. There will be a shower chance, best chance early. Tonight should be mostly dry, with your extended outlook calling for unusually dry conditions in the afternoons for the month of June heading into next week. And that's your 7 on 7.
7 weather with meteorologist Vivian Gonzalez.
Good morning, South Florida. Temperatures are for the most part in the 80s, with winds coming in all sorts of directions. Right now, 3 to 12 miles per hour, and humidity at 87% on the radar. We've seen a few showers developing, especially in Miami-Dade County, but Broward and the Florida Keys remain mostly dry. And if we zoom out a little closer, outside of North Bay Village Studios, seeing some light to moderate rain stretching into North Miami and about to approach I-95. Heading south through US 1, downtown Miami, Coral Gables and Pinecrest, we have light to moderate showers. Even Palmetto Bay getting some shower activity. We will have high pressure in charge of our weather pattern, and the best chance for rain will be in the morning. In the afternoon, it'll seem dry as the sea breeze pushes inland. We'll have typical summer heat with highs near 90 degrees, feeling hotter when you combine the high humidity. Saturday, Sunday, we're going to experience more of the same. So for the Parade of Champions on Sunday, look for temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Feels like temperatures feeling like the mid to upper 90s. Do everything possible to stay cool, because this time around you're going to be trading the umbrellas for the sunblock and maybe an extra bottle or two of water. Meanwhile, today in the tropics, there are a couple tropical waves in the Atlantic, but we're not following any of them for development. In the eastern Pacific, there's major Hurricane Eric that made landfall this morning around the southern coast of Mexico in the Mexican state of Oaxaca. Your boating forecast right now looks okay. No advisories. Threat of rip currents, though, will remain present at area beaches. No advisories for boaters in the Keys. Coastal waters light to a moderate chop. We're going to have basically a low tide cycle coming up at 9:15 in Miami, 11:03 in Key West. Highs today, 89 to 90 degrees. Heading into tonight, upper 70s to low 80s, keeping things mostly dry with clouds early. Your extended outlook calls for no major changes to this weather pattern, with about a 30% rain chance, which is below average for this time of year, continuing into next week. That's your 7 on 7.